Welcome to Astrodology, the podcast that brings you knowledge, wisdom, and principles that can help you find the peace and comfort we all seek and deserve in our lives. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Astrodology with Astrid. It's so hard to believe that we are now in August 2025. It felt like we were just celebrating a new year. But because this year has been so wacky, so wild, and that 9 energy is kicking butt, it's kind of refreshing that this year has zoomed by. I am so excited to talk about the Lion's Gate portal. The Lion's Gate is coming in this week. I'm recording this on August 6th, and in 2 days we will be at the peak. So let me preface this by saying that the Lion's Gate's portal opens on usually around July 26th every year. So you can be assured that every year the Lion's Gate is going to happen during Leo season, because it's significant because of the star Sirius. Sirius is related to the sun and the earth and the lion. And so it's pretty darn cool, that we are in this time-space reality. Last year during Lion's Gate, a very pivotal thing happened in my life personally. And I'm actually floored that it's actually been 1 year. So before we get into that, I want to talk about, we have 5 planets in retrograde currently right now. So July was a doozy, as I've said before. But just to remind you, Pluto is in retrograde in Aquarius. And this started May 4th and it'll go through October 14th. Then July was a kazemi of retrogrades. Neptune in retrograde in Aries and Pisces. So July 4th through December 10th. So we will have Neptune in retrograde through December the 10th, 2025. Saturn retrograde in Aries and Pisces, July 13th through November 28th. Are you seeing a theme here? Aries and Pisces, Aries and Pisces. So we've got this water and fire. And then Mercury in retrograde in Leo, July 18th through August 11th. And the 5th planet, sometimes we don't call it as a planet, it's definitely a star. Chiron is in retrograde in Aries. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the retrogrades are in fire signs, Aries and Leo. So this Chiron retrograde is from July 30th through January 2nd. So the idea is retrogrades cause us to pause and to take a step back. So let's talk about this. When Pluto is in retrograde, it's all about transformation and focus on power dynamics. When we're in retrograde season, one of the key cornerstones is to slow down, because the planets are doing so, these particular planets. When Uranus is in retrograde, it's about unexpected changes, swift opportunities, swift changes, things coming out of nowhere. And it also encourages personal growth, kind of like Pluto does as well. When Saturn is in retrograde, it's about responsibility, taking ownership. It's about commitment. It's about personal reflection, reflecting on, how you have been being. When Neptune in retrograde, it's about our dreams. It's about spirituality. It's about connecting to Source, connecting to God. And of course, when Mercury is in retrograde, it's about a disruption in communication, travel, and technology. So ideally, during Mercury retrograde, we kind of cool our jets on certain things, but we have to live life. So the idea is to be mindful about what you're doing. Slow down, cross every I, dot your T's twice, and review everything before you make a move. So the thing is, when planets are in retrograde, the world around us doesn't stop. In fact, it keeps going forward. So the idea is retrogrades. We need retrogrades because they are the opposite of moving forward. Everything has its opposite. So, you just take a few extra breaths, before you start the day, and you really slow down. You try to temper your, impetuous being impetuous and also impatience. So the idea is retrogrades, especially with this many on deck, are asking us to clear the noise and create pockets of space for our inner work, for our emotional work, so that it can move through our bodies, where we can find reflection and we can move forward, because it's a pivotal time in the year. Because after this, the fall season, as we go into September and into the fall, we go into the high holidays. So now's the time to plant those seeds of change, because 2026 is just around the corner and we will be in a 1 year. A 1 is fresh beginnings and fresh starts. So now let's get into this. The Lion's Gate portal. Like I said, it opened on the 26th, but the peak is on Friday the 8th. Now this is why this is significant, because Friday is represented by the planet Venus. Venus is all about love and passion, which is some of the cornerstones or signatures of Leo. So it's a perfect day for 8-8. 8 is a spiritual number. It's about luck and opportunity and strength. So the sun is in Leo, the moon is in Leo, and we've got a host of planets in retrograde. So in general, retrogrades are a really, really, really great thing in a way, because the opposite of moving is stopping, etc., etc. So get ready if you want to manifest some serious magic, some serious intentions. The Leo and the bright star Sirius will create this annual cosmic alignment, and this cosmic alignment is known as the Lion's Gate portal. So like I said, Friday is the peak, but we're in it right now. You could start today, tomorrow. If you hear this tomorrow on the 7th, you could start on the 7th, but I don't want you to miss the peak. The spiritual vibe is being amplified even more intensely thanks to the new moon being in, or the moon being in Leo, because we're in Leo season. But because the day after we go into the Lion's Gate, it is the full moon in Aquarius. And Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo. You heard of the term opposites attract? So Leo and Aquarius sit across from each other on the wheel. So the Lion's Gate is really strengthened by that, because full moon's about releasing and letting go. So the idea is you make the intentions, the dreams, the wishes, the desires on 8-8, and then on 8-9 you release the fear, the doubt, the uncertainty, the lack of faith, so that what you desired on 8-8 comes to fruition. So the portal is a combination of the sun being in its home sign of Leo. So this is why August is so fiery, so warm, so hot. And the star Sirius rises in the skies, which becomes visible on or around August 8th each year. And the numerical meaning of number 8, which is 8-8, it's a double 8. So all together, these factors vibrate with very, very potent and powerful auspicious energy that makes 8-8 a particularly lucky day for manifesting success and turning your dreams into reality. So while celebrating the Lion's Gate portal activity is popular nowadays, more and more people are learning about it, understanding it, and really not thinking that it's dogma. Civilizations as far back as the Dogon tribe of Africa, Sumer, and the ancient Egypt, they tracked the star Sirius across the sky. So, and they didn't even have modern technology. So Sirius's alignment with the Earth coincides with the Orion constellation. And this aligns perfectly with the pyramids of Giza. So those pyramids of Giza have the big giant lions as their talisman, these big carvings of the lions. So it usually occurs on the same day that the Lion's Gate. So 8-8 brings a window of opportunity for all of us zodiac signs. It doesn't matter what sign you are. To set intentions, to think about all the abundance, the prosperity that you need, and particularly the new beginnings that you need. So if we understand and we just think of it even as a placebo, on this day, don't miss 8-8. So the fixed star Sirius, let's talk about it. Sirius is considered the brightest star in the sky next to the sun. So you have these two sitting next to each other. And Sirius is sometimes called the spiritual sun, because it's known for lighting up your spirit and illuminating your consciousness, your higher mind, your deepest intentions and ambitions. And every year this happens in the middle of Leo season. So Leo is the king and the queen. And so the Lionsgate portal occurs when the Earth and Sirius, the star system, are aligned. Whenever you have alignment and harmony, you have power. Just like in relationships, when you're in an aligned relationships, things just flow. So Leo is symbolized by the lion, and it embodies courage, pride, feeling royal, love and passion. And with the sun being Leo's ruling planet, it means it's going to feel extra potent during this year. So then this charges the Lionsgate portal, which is loaded with creativity, because remember, Leo is a very creative sign. So it's going to boost up your confidence. This solar power is going to connect with your own solar power in your solar plexus. So that's where we process and digest. So it's considered the peak day. 8/8 is considered the peak day. It's open for several weeks. So this portal closes. So we've got 8/8 Lionsgate on Friday. We've got 8/9, the full moon coming in Aquarius. On 8/11, what happens on 8/11? On 8/11, the portal begins to close. And on 8/12, the portal is closed. So do things in 8. I love to do this by setting my clock, my alarm clock, for 8:08 in the morning a.m. and 8:08 p.m. And so since it's a manifesto portal, in the morning, I state my desires at 8:08 a.m. and I state my desires at 8:08 p.m. If you get a chance to do that, great. If not, any time on 8/8 is incredible. 8 is considered one of the luckiest numbers in numerology because it's always typically associated with infinity and things that can't take sides. So like that figure 8, that symbol of infinity, the figure 8 that floats around. So this is also happening in the 8th month of the 8th day. So August is the 8th month. Lionsgate is happening on 8/8. So 8/8 blends astrology with numerology, and this creates synergy. So when you think about it, all of this, the sun is represented by growth and abundance because it gives life, literally brings things to life. Sirius is a star that brings that extra spiritual energy, the spiritual partner star. And then these are all associated. And then Leo, you got all of these things associated with wealth, passion, honor, even fame. So the idea is when a sign is on deck, we want to let that energy of that sign, we want to be a part of it for us. We want to move in the direction of that energy. So Sirius, another thing about Sirius or Sirius, it aligns with, it's all about willpower, it's about confidence, about self-expression, which is the same thing about Leo. Are you seeing the picture here? Leo is a fire sign, and it has high desire. So the affirmation statement for Leo is, I want. And Leos know how to get it. These are all success attracting celestial bodies, and it's combined with the potent high numerology energy of 8/8. So together these create a blend that make this Lionsgate period so important, so auspicious for putting your intentions and dreams and wishes out into the universe. And so think about this Lionsgate 8/8. You know, often people say, what do I do on 8/8? You know, I'm a fan of stillness. You know, maybe do an 8/8 new moon meditation or intention setting ritual. Doesn't have to be anything fancy schmancy. It can just be you lighting a candle, burning some incense, lighting a little Palo Santo or sage, and going for it. So focus on the unlimited potential of the success of numerology that it symbolizes, and embrace the new moon energy. And the idea is, don't be afraid. It's time to shine. It's time to shine. So write down your biggest, baddest, most desired goals. You know, the problem is, they say, is we don't ask for enough. It's not that we don't ask, but we don't ask for enough. You can work with crystals. You can program your crystals. So this is a great way to take advantage of this Lionsgate portal. And then you can hold on to that crystal through the end of the year, maybe even for 1 year. And then you look back and see how that brought. So any crystal that's yellow or gold color to amplify the star-powered energy. So citrine, of course, pyrite, of course, yellow jasper, of course, any of your yellow stones, yellow calcite, lemon quartz, anything that's yellow or gold will be awesome. Make your intentions known. Write down 8 things that you really, 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 really want. If you're feeling ambitious, write down 16 things, because 8 and 8 equals 16. But 16 reduces to the number 7, which is spiritual awareness and alertness. So again, Lionsgate portal is open right now. Don't miss out on this amazing energy. Set your clocks for 8:08 on the 8th. Let this bring sparkling opportunities of abundance and joy and love. Again, I said this during the new moon in Leo. If you're looking for love, looking to spark love, looking to strengthen a relationship, this is also an amazing time. Use the energy of this portal to support your life. You know, Leo gives you that energy that all fixed signs bring: confidence and self-reliance, trustworthiness and loyalty, focus, purposefulness, productivity, reliability, persistent, patience, and steady. So the idea is, if you are a fixed sign, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, this is going to be more of a challenging sign for fixed signs, because Leo is a strong, potent fixed sign. So be wary, fixed signs. Take care of yourselves. Go a little bit slower. So get ready to manifest some positive, some outrageous abundance and manifestation. So this is the seed planting time. Just because you do it on 8/8 doesn't mean you're going to see it at the end of August. You may, depending on your desire and what you're looking for. But don't lose hope in it. Don't lose track. Write it down. I am so excited. I haven't done it yet, but I wrote down intentions on 8/8/2024. But unbeknownst to me, my life was about to completely change from what I had actually imagined. From 8/8 of last year, 2024, there were decisions made that completely shifted and changed the trajectory of my life. And wow, it's hard to believe that a year has gone by already. I am grateful for all the lessons and the blessings that 8/8 brought me, but I can't wait to review, because we forget where our minds and hearts are when we write things down. That's why it's so powerful and potent. I know that there's going to be some pearl of wisdom in there for me. And I know I'm going to look back and be floored and amazed at what happened from 8/8 last year as it brought me to 8/8 this year. There are probably multiple things that I need to work on and need to take care of. But I'm also feeling like I'm going to be pleasantly surprised, because within that, there are probably things that I achieved that I absolutely forgot about. And, you know, sometimes when we're in a tough spot and we're desiring and wanting to be in a different place, we forget about how far we've come, and we forget about the good things that actually did happen. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me rant about one of the most important things, I think, between 8/8, 12/12, and 5/5. Those to me are the sacred no miss dates. Again, thank you for tuning in to Astrology with Astrid. Share this, spread this to your friends and family. Everybody should know about the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. Should you miss this and not hear this on the 8th, I hope and pray that you hear it before the Lionsgate portal closes on the 12th. So that's it, folks. Thank you again for tuning in to Astrology with Astrid. Really, truly, it's such an honor. It's such a blessing to be able to have this audience, and your attention is so appreciated. I close with the following, and get used to this because this is going to be my new closing. Wisdom speaks, power whispers, fear yells, but truth is silent. I am, I claim, everything I have put into the vortex is mine. It is done. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for listening to Astrodology. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to help support the podcast, please hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about it by sharing this program on social media. You can also follow me on Instagram at Coda Life Goddess or at codalife.com. Coda is C-O-T-A, Coda Life Goddess or codalife.com. Thank you again for listening to Astrodology, and I'll see you next time.